We lived in bars and danced on tables, hotels, trains, and ships that sail. We swim with sharks and fly with airplanes in the air. Singing the trumpets, the marching wheelchairs. Open the blankets and give them some air. Swords and arches, bones and cement, and a light in the dark of the innocence of men. We know your house so very well. We will wake you when we've climbed up all your stairs.
My name is Daniel McDonald. I'm a Master Patrol Officer with the Tampa Police Department. My assignment is the Homeless Liaison Officer. There's two of us at the Tampa Police Department, and Crisis Intervention Team. And we end homelessness. That's our job. Homelessness is mostly a middle-aged male issue. For example, if I was broke, I would be a typical homeless guy.
I try to do the best I can because I'm a nobody. I have no money. I'm broke. I'm totally afraid. I can't go pee by myself. Get beat up, get killed, stabbed, raped. You get in for your fucking life. You're scared.
There are women out there, just less of them. I would say it's probably about 10 or 20% of the homeless population is female, maybe a little more. Homelessness for women might be trying to flee domestic violence. It might be their spouse left them and now they can't afford a place to live, or their income is reduced, now they are evicted. It might be a result of mental health issues, substance abuse, drug abuse. So it could be any number of things.
I'm not out here for my choosing. I used to live indoors at one time. Went to the store. On my way out, a van came out behind me. Somebody jumped up, grabbed me from behind, dragged me into the van. I got sexually assaulted by 3 men. I tried to fight them off. That was... They beat me within an inch of my life. I had to have brain surgery, and I've never been right since. I've been out in the streets 20 years, on and off, mostly out. I got stress disorder, epilepsy. I don't trust nobody. I cannot work. I'm out here by myself. I'm scared to death.
I am Stephanie Krager with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. I currently run the Homeless Initiative and the Crisis Intervention Team for the Sheriff. I would say there's probably 1 female to every 10 males. They usually have no safe place to go. A lot of the folks that we deal with, they're sleeping on, the sidewalk, on the steps to the local public library. So they don't have that place in the woods where they feel safe. They're actually out in the open where people could see them and possibly victimize them.
I was sleeping on a bus bench, and as I was sleeping, a guy came up and his hand between my legs, and I woke up. And then the guy, he pulled the gun right there, and he said, "Well, how you like this here?" I grabbed his hand with the gun and turning it towards him, so just in case we were to pull the trigger, that he would get shot. So that's what happened. We women go through something that being homeless, staying out on the street. It's very dangerous for women out there on the street. It's very dangerous.
They're pretty much at the point in their life that there's no family, there's no friends, there's no one.
I was working at nursing home, home health aid, helping the people in their home, with their bath and, make sure they get something to eat and light cleaning and stuff like that, helping them out, stuff like that. And then just that, lifting the patient, it's just my bike just got extremely bad over the time. I couldn't hold a job ever since then. Because the last job I had to call the ambulance. People on both sides had to lift me up, and I was trying to go to work, and I couldn't go to work because of my back. Becoming homeless, I really been going through something. I mean, a homeless person shouldn't been going through what I was going through. Just terrible things just happening.
The homeless is usually just mostly a reaction or a symptom to underlying problems. No one chooses to become homeless. It's because there's usually no other alternative. We run into some that are older. I think it's probably, for us, the chronically homeless, it's mostly the middle-aged women. I've run into some very young women that have been 18, 19, 20 years old. Some have been pregnant.
I live on the streets. I'm pregnant, and it makes it very hard. I mean, it's already hard as it is being on the streets, but it definitely makes it a little bit harder, that's for sure. Finding somewhere to go and then being safe there, well, you're not supposed to sleep here. We know, it's not, you're not really supposed to sleep on the streets, but just being safe while you're sleeping and not having anybody mess with you. Well, you see a lot of drugs out here. You see a lot of spice. You see a lot of people talking to themselves. Yeah, a lot of mental disabilities where you see someone's talking, but there's nobody there that they're talking to. You know what I mean? And it's it's intimidating. They have something going on, but at the same time, it's like, what if you walk by that person and they say something to you? What do you do then? What if they pull a gun out? What do you do then? I mean, the streets are a dangerous place. Minute to minute, you don't ever know what's going to happen, and every person you walk by could be a different situation. So it's scary. It's very scary.
Housing. That's the only thing that solves homelessness. And until you bring me the housing, then it's all just a big shell game. So that's really the way to solve it. And give me the housing, and I can fill as many housing units as you have. But we have a housing shortage and an affordable housing shortage. So that's a different program, I suspect.
There's nothing like living in a bottle. Nothing like giving it all for the world. We're so glad you have come back. Every living lion will lay in your lap. The kid has a homecoming, the champion's a horse. Who's gonna play guitars, drums, or organs with chorus? Much as we've walked from each end of this land, never have we seen a side of this man. We know your house so very well. We will bust down your door if you're not there. There's nothing like living in a bottle. Nothing like giving it all for the world. We're so glad you have come back. Every living lion will lay in your lap. Oh, ba-da, 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 ba-da. We lived in bars and danced on the tables, hotels, trains, and ships that sail. We swim with sharks and fly with airplanes out of here, out of here, out of here, out of here, out of here.